Hey friends, this week we are in Colorado. Right this moment we just left Gunnison, Colorado, and we are driving towards Pueblo, Colorado, where we purchased Cupcake, Boardman RV. We're going to drop Cupcake off at Boardman, and they're going to replace three of the windows. Three of the windows, I talked about it in an earlier video, had lost their, whatever you want to call it, factory seal or whatever inside the window. So anytime it got cooler outside, we'd see condensation inside the window, yada yada yada. So we're taking that in for warranty repair. As well, the oven, we've talked about that too. The oven does not heat up like anywhere close to what it should be heating up. Like when we try to cook things like 400, 425 degrees Fahrenheit, the oven doesn't get there. So we've asked Boardman to take a look at that. And then as well, we have a crack in the bathroom by the sink. So Boardman's going to take a look at those things. And while Boardman is doing that, we are going to run around and visit with my dad at his assisted living facility, and then my mom at her memory care facility. And then hopefully, you know, fingers crossed, we'll get Cupcake back within like 2 or 3 days. We're kind of treating ourselves, and we're going to stay in a nicer hotel. We'd found some hotels that were not nice, but they were cheap, so we were tempted. But
the reviews about their cars getting broken into,
yeah, it was just
and their rooms.
Yeah, like a lot of carjacking stuff going on, and like rooms being broken into. So we decided to treat ourselves, and we're going to get a decent little hotel room for a couple days, and where, you know, hopefully we can hunker down and do like some video editing and write some stuff for our website, whatnot. But then after that, once we're done really visiting with my parents here in Colorado Springs, then we're headed north. We're going to go up to Wyoming. Once we're in Wyoming, then going to visit a friend up there, and then we're working our way east. Somewhere along the way, we need to redo some caulking on Cupcake. We need to finish doing what we're going to do for winterizing her for this year. Oh, and plus, even though you just saw it a few weeks ago, for us it's been like 6,000 miles since we've rotated the tires or done an oil change. So somewhere this week, before we really start going again, we've got to get that done. So for being a down week, I think this is going to be a very busy week. Follow along.
So, here's Cupcake, all locked up. She's in a row of other campers, and she's gonna get some work done to her over the next few days. We look a little naked without her. Hey there, welcome to a little bit of chaos.
How much chaos is this?
Oh my gosh, this makes me a little crazy. So, got a little dinner cooking, hamburger helper, because when it's my night to cook, it's hamburger helper. When it's Steve's night to cook, it's stuff like daikon radish spectacular. I don't know. Anyways, we are in northern Colorado, I think Fort Collins area, and going through stuff through our bins. These bins usually go in the front of the truck, so we've had them in the back here the last couple weeks while we were in Colorado Springs, because I often sit in the back seat while Steve's dad is going places with us. So
what's happening over here?
I don't know what's happening.
It's a microwave.
Yeah, I think it's good.
It's in the microwave.
That's my leftovers from Cracker Barrel this morning. Oh yeah, a little bit of chicken and dumplings.
Nice.
So I make hamburger helper and leftovers when it's my turn to cook. Anyways, it's a mess in here. We are going to get everything, like Steve has stuff charging.
It's my charging station. We've got power. I'm charging.
Yep. He has things plugged in everywhere. And then this week, on Saturday, we are going to Sheridan, Wyoming. We're going to see our hiker friend, Red Tea Kettle. His real name is David, but Red Tea Kettle is his hiker name. And meet his wife, Charlene. And then we're going to go to Gillette, Wyoming, and see our friends Liz and Justin. And after that, we will be heading to the Dakotas.
So we're driving down the road. We are going north. We are in Wyoming. We're headed towards Casper tonight. We found a good place, hopefully a good place, like a city park. We can stop and boondock for free. We just got to get there. So we've got a strong crosswind today. So crosswinds make us really irritable. It's really, really freaking loud in here. Trying to tighten that up. We've taken it into the shop and had them look at it a couple times. Generally our MO is just we avoid going really fast and we avoid windy places. And today we're in a windy place and we're driving fast. So this just means that we suffer. Tonight when we stop, we'll just both be very quiet for a long spell while our ears recover.
Here we are in the truck before we load it back up, getting ready for our next adventure. We started out kind of empty back here. We have underneath here is a little table, a couple of lawn chairs, our window screen. So underneath the seat back here, Steve keeps some tools. For some reason we have these priority mailboxes. I'm not sure why, they're just right around with us. So this is what it looks like before we get our bins in here and get it all situated.
Generally, we always have the bins back here. So the bins have like extra stuff that we don't necessarily use in the back of the camper like every single day. But when we need like the third passenger seat, then we start shuffling bins and moving them around so that usually Noelle has a place to sit right behind me. So that's what you've got right now. Is we did a lot of driving around with my dad in the truck and we needed somewhere for Noelle to sit because she didn't want to sit in the middle between my dad and I. So we kind of emptied out a space back here. Everything we emptied out from back here we put in the camper, so every night we are shuffling stuff from the back of the camper around the inside of the camper onto the table or underneath the table. Now that we're done kind of like moving around with my dad and taking him to appointments, getting back to like a normal status where we'll just have the bins back here in the back of the truck. This is my bin that I keep behind the driver's seat in the truck. So I kind of keep things in here that I'm not going to use every day, but I don't necessarily want to get rid of. So when we look in it, I've got Christmas ornaments kind of here. Those will come out sooner rather than later. I've got a scarf. I've got like a head thing for like hiking. You put it over the top of your head.
How many jackets do you have in there?
I have too many jackets.
How many? It's too many.
I have 5.
Yep.
I don't think I realized until we were just
looking in the box
that I had 5 jackets in here. So in fairness, this is a jacket that's really just for like backpacking, super lightweight. I probably would not wear it if I wasn't like doing some hiking or that kind of stuff. And then I've got like a super lightweight rain/wind jacket that's also for hiking. So really I'd say I have 2 everyday use jackets back here and a pair of gloves, a hat. It's really also from backpacking. There's this guy, I call it my butt gasket. You sit down on this when you're out in the wilderness or whatever and you want something soft. And then I've got a pair of lightweight pants for hiking and wind. So I guess most of my container here really is outdoor clothes. It's all stuff that I want, but it's not stuff that I'm going to wear every day. So I don't want it back here in the camper taking up space where hopefully the things we have here are things that we're using on a daily basis. After a little further discussion about the totes, there's one thing in here two things I guess that I really didn't tell you about, so we'll go back in here, and that's all of my sex toys. Oh no, wait, sorry. That's the box we're not going to share with you. So this is...
Hi, Hunter.
Hello to our grandchildren. Yeah, hookers and blow. Hookers and blow.
Papa's just kidding.
So,
okay.
No, I mean, what the heck. So in this box this is a remote device that I have for my pacemaker. So I've got a pacemaker that hangs out somewhere in here. About every 3 months I connect this to shore power, and then I hit the button in the middle. It does, they call it integration. It collects all the data from my pacemaker, it sends it off to my cardiologist. My cardiologist sends me a bill later for like $150 and says, "You're healthy as a horse." So I keep that in here because literally I use it once every 3 months. And then somewhere at the bottom of this I have like extra supplies for my CPAP machine. So I've got a CPAP, I wear it every night, and I've got extra face masks, a hose, stuff that, again, I only replace once every couple months, so I don't necessarily need them hanging out back here. So I stick them in this tote where I'm not so worried about not having access to them every day. I think the only other thing really on my side of the camper, not my side of the camper, my side of the truck, is the tote will sit like this, and then I have something that sits on top of the tote, and I'll show that to you. This guy sits on top of my tote in the back seats. This is my telescope. It's a Celestron 8 SE. This has been the topic of a lot of discussion between Noelle and I.
Discussion, that's an interesting word.
Yes, discussion. Noelle wanted to leave one of the children behind in Portland. That would be my telescope. I said, just because we don't play with our child every day doesn't mean that we don't love our child.
Okay, so in the spirit of honesty, Mr. McGarvey.
Yes?
How long have we been traveling in Cupcake?
Well, it's called a year and 3 months, 4 months. A year plus.
A year and 4 or 5 months. Okay.
Yes.
How many times have you used the telescope?
We cannot measure our love.
How many times?
No, we don't measure our love by how many times we take it out of the instrument, take the instrument out of the case.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying how many times have you taken that out in 1 year and 4 months?
Maybe twice.
No, once. It was one time, and it was in...
Well, turn the camera around, and you can share whichever your point of view is now. Here, let me hold this.
It was one time, and it was in Pueblo,
Pueblo,
Colorado.
Okay. Where?
And Pueblo, it's not Pueblo. Where is it that we stay there?
I'm sorry, how did you say the name of the state?
I don't know how to say it. It's the same like Nevada. Is it Nevada? Is it Nevada? Is it Colorado? Is it Colorado? Colorado? Anyways, we've spent a lot of time in that state, and I don't really know how to pronounce it properly. Anyways, you've taken that out one time in 1 year, 4 months, 5 months, something like that. So I think it's unnecessary wait. I love it. I like looking at the stars, but we just frankly haven't used it. It's better for a stationary place at home. Oh, he already took off his glasses like it's serious.
That was serious business when you start insulting one of our children like that.
It's not a child.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Sometimes it's better. It doesn't talk back. Yeah. So
first the grandkids, then our kids in this video. Doing good so far.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well done, Poppy.
actually just yesterday we were somewhere, we had shore power, so I was charging up the battery bank for this guy, and that's something I forgot. I do keep the battery bank in my tote. Right now it's in the back seat of the truck on the floor, so when I move the tote up there, I'll put the battery bank in here. And hopefully soon you'll start to see some images from the telescope. Such sarcasm. See, this is what I live with on a daily basis.
I'm a supportive life.
Look, I want to take out my tubular object
Oh
so
my
we can play with it.
Whatever. Keep it clean, McGarvey.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Such a dirty mind. Okay, that's it for my side of the back side of the truck.
Here is the tote that stays behind my seat in the truck. And here's the kind of stuff I keep in it. Oh, look at this.
What is that?
Belongs to Steve, not even to me. It belongs to his telescope that he has never used except one time.
No, I've used it more than one time, just in...
No, I mean traveling.
Traveling, yeah.
Yeah, you used to use it all the time when we had a house and there was a stationary place to put it. But, so I don't know what this is, but it's something to do with Steve's telescope. And I don't know what it is because it hasn't been opened on this trip. Anyways,
I know where you live.
have
Man.
I also have a couple of notebooks for blogging stuff and for exercising, keeping track of exercising. These just recently got put in this box because I realized that I wasn't keeping track of exercising because I wasn't exercising. So I put it up here. Our little yoga mat. Haven't been using it. Extra Kleenex. Lysol. One scarf. Laundry soap. Bounce. And then some road atlases for places that we have been, but not right now going to. We're in Wyoming right now, so I kept this Yellowstone and Grand Teton book, but I don't actually think we're going that far west on this trip. So that's what I keep in here. Scotch tape. That's it. Basically extra house goods. So this is how the back of the truck looks when we have it loaded up. In the middle here, we usually keep a bag, and inside of the bag, it's like a tote, and inside of it are jackets, scarves, gloves, whatever we think we might want for the trip, chapstick, kind of stuff. And on that side is Steve's stuff.
My tote, telescope.
So that's normally how it is in the back seat.
Welcome to Wyoming. So it's just about, I don't know, 6 p.m.? No, 6:30. 6:30, sun is setting. We were just coming out here arranging stuff in the back of the truck, and Noelle was good enough to point out to me right behind us
I don't know if I could see it. There is a meat rack. So apparently you can hang the meat on it. I don't really know why, but if you're inclined to hang meat, you can. So we're in Douglas, Wyoming.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, Douglas. So one of the things that we liked about this particular site tonight was, one, it's free. We're in like a city park. That's good. It has barbecues, it has picnic tables, which we're not going to use because it's snowy and everything's slushy, so we're staying in the truck. But rumor has it, according to their website, that they have free showers and flush toilets. So, free showers, this is a good thing. We get a little crusty out here. So we'll go check out the showers and see if it's actually true. Come on. All right, let's go see if we have showers.
Oh, my glasses fogged up. Lemon gin. Showers. Not bad. Well,
They really have showers. Looks like they're free and it's hot in there.
you know my glasses fogged up right away.
As did mine.